Welcome to Dreamy Tales, your bedtime haven. Prepare to embark on a journey of tranquility and relaxation. I'm here to weave enchanting stories that will gently guide you into a restful night's sleep. Subscribe and let the soothing whispers of Dreamy Tales be your nightly companion. Whispering Tales by the Campfire. Chapter 1. Oakley's Fear of the Dark. The Moonlit Path. Oakley Branchling peered out through the rustling leaves, her eyes gleaming with excitement. Tonight was the night of her very first forest slumber party. All afternoon she had helped her animal friends gather soft moss and woven leaf blankets to make the coziest nest in the glade. As the sun began its descent behind the towering treetops, Oakley could hardly sit still. "Do you think the others are almost here?" she asked her friend Beach the squirrel, who was busily stacking acorns. Beach grinned. "With Henrietta leading the way, they'll be here before dusk for sure." Just then, sounds of twigs snapping and muted laughter drifted through the woods. "They're coming!" squealed Oakley. She darted towards the noise, dodging low branches and hopping over fallen logs. Bursting into a moonlit clearing, Oakley found Henrietta the hedgehog trying to untangle herself from a clinging vine. "We're over here," Oakley called, pulling gently on the vine. With Henrietta freed, the group of friends, including Mossy the mouse, brothers Acorn and Hazel the chipmunks, and of course, Beach, all gathered in the glade. As the sky darkened to indigo, Oakley realized with a start that night was falling fast. Strange hoots and croaks echoed through the trees, sounding much closer than usual. She shivered, noticing Oakley's discomfort. Gentle Willow, the elder tree, emerged from the forest's edge. "It seems one among us could use a comforting story," she said in her calm, wise voice. Oakley nodded gratefully as Willow settled by the fire pit, gesturing for the young branchling to join her side. "Then gather close, little ones, and let me tell you of how these very woods came to be, and how their magic has guarded all who dwell here through the ages." Chapter 2. The Magic of the Whispering Woods. The Dancing Shadows. Willow's voice was like a warm breeze rustling through the leaves, soothing yet full of mystery. In the time before memories, when the first trees took root, a deep silence lay upon the land. "Through day and night, the world stood still and solitary," she began. "But one night, as a gentle wind swept through the new forest, a solitary birch tree had an idea. She knew that many creatures like herself felt alone in the endless quiet. So very softly, she lifted her branches and let her delicate leaves shuffle and sway in the airflow." Oakley leaned close, eyes wide, as Willow continued. The leaves danced and whispered to each other, spinning tales of what wonders the morning light might bring. Nearby trees heard the hopeful chatter and added their voices to the song, until the entire woodland rang with the leaves' lilting melodies. Creatures small and great, drawn by the magic, slipped from their homes to gather at the story tree's roots. There, nestled in boughs shining in the moonlight, they found solace in the forest's first midnight lullaby. By now, more forms emerged to listen. Silhouetted rabbits, a family of badgers, a tail-wagging fox. Henrietta sidled over to Oakley, nodding at the mesmerizing shadows cast by Willow's gesturing limbs. The elder tree smiled gently. And so, thanks to the birch who began it, each night the tree's enchanting music has sung the world to sleep. Their whispers carry messages of hope across the darkened land, so none need ever face the dark alone. Her last words faded slowly into silence. For a moment, all was still as the forest absorbed her memories. Then, a rustle, dozens of leaves danced in a breeze, telling new tales under moonbeams that filtered through the branches. At Oakley's awed gasp, Henrietta took her paw with a soft smile. The magic had reached them all. Chapter 3. New Friends in the Night. The Twinkling Grove. As Willow's enchanting tale came to a close, Oakley felt her lingering fear dissolve like dewdrops in dawn's warm glow. She sighed contentedly, taking in the sight of so many friends gathered in companionable quiet. Yet something still nagged at the edges of her calm, a question she longed to voice, if only her shyness did not hold her back. Henrietta seemed to sense her struggle. "What is it, Oakley?" she asked gently in her soft, scratchy voice. Oakley took a steadying breath. "I'm just wondering, what if the shadows come alive when the fire dies?" Her whispered words hung hesitantly in the glade. Henrietta blinked thoughtfully. "Well, I could stay up with you until the moon sets, if you'd like the company." She offered Oakley a smile. Suddenly overwhelmed with gratitude, Oakley threw her leafy arms around the hedgehog in a hug. Thank you. Henrietta's prickles didn't poke. Instead, she hugged back. Their moment was interrupted by a squeak from Beach in the treetops. "Friends, come see. The fireflies are dancing." Sure enough, flickering fairy lights had begun to flit through the branches as dusk deepened to night. Oakley gasped at the shimmering spectacle. "It's magical!" Henrietta took Oakley's branch in hers. "Come, let's get a closer look." They crept to the glade's edge, where willow trees weaved in a fairy ring. Fireflies drifted in and out, luminous insects fluttering between hanging mosses and branches dotted with glowworms. As Oakley marveled at the twinkling grove, a worm winked open its sleepy eyes. "Hello," it called down merrily. Henrietta waved. "Greetings. This is Oakley's first forest party." The worm beamed. "Welcome, little sprout. Enjoy the lights. They're putting on a show just for you." Reassured by new friends, old and new, Oakley's fears drifted away on the forest's enchantments. Here in the woods, even darkness held wonder. Chapter 4. Courage Within. The Hiding Place. As the fireflies' glow dimmed with the deepening night, Oakley felt sleep beginning to settle over the glade. She nestled contentedly against Henrietta's prickly coat, warmed by friendships new and steadfast. All seemed tranquil in the canopy shifting above, until a bone-chilling howl shattered the peaceful scene. Oakley sprang up with a gasp as the mournful cry echoed back from the looming trees. "What was that?" she squeaked fretfully, clinging to Henrietta for comfort. Henrietta met her gaze with calm reassurance. "That sounds like a lone wolf searching for its pack. There's nothing to fear." Still, Oakley's worry remained. "What if it's a hungry monster instead?" she whispered. Henrietta considered for a moment. "Well then, let's see if we can find the source and prove there's no danger. Want to come with me?" Oakley gulped and nodded determinedly. Together they would face her fears. Shaking the others from their slumber, the friends gathered supplies for their forest exploration. Beach stocked pouches with acorns and nuts in case of hunger, while Mossy added moss bandages, and Willow poured soothing sap into hollowed elderbark canteens. With everyone equipped, they followed Henrietta into the shadows. Deeper into the misty woods they journeyed, stopping to listen for further howls. Each hoot, bouncing between bowls, only wound Oakley tighter, until at last Beach called triumphantly from a knobby trunk. "Here's where it's hiding." Peering around, Oakley spied the monster, a gaggle of fluffy coyote pups learning to yip under their patient mother's watch. She chuckled at her silly mistake. Seeing now the pups play was what alarmed her so. all danger had been dreamt, like shadows losing form at dawn. Smiling, Henrietta squeezed Oakley's branch reassuringly. "You're very brave," she said simply, and Oakley knew in her heart it was true. Chapter 5. Bravery for Tomorrow. The Wind's Lullaby. With mysteries solved and worries put to rest, Oakley felt sleep's embrace pulling her down, like sinking into moss after a long day's walk. She nestled into Henrietta's soft quills with a yawn. "My first forest slumber party was perfect, thanks to you," she murmured drowsily. Henrietta blinked fondly at the little branchling. "I'm glad you had fun exploring the magic with us. Now rest. Sweet dreams await." Gradually, distant echoes of nocturnal creatures at play faded into distance, and all grew still under the watchful trees. Oakley let peaceful darkness enfold her, as protective branches rustled softly overhead. Soon, her thoughts drifted with memories of the evening. Willow's story, glowworm grins, new friends found in the mist. A breeze whispered through the leaves then, carrying snatches of sound. Oakley smiled, recognizing the trees sharing smiles and secrets in their midnight dialect. She was learning to understand the wood's gentle speech, and knew its singers meant only to soothe. Sighing contentedly, Oakley let the wind's rhythms lull her fully into reverie. Visions came of walking moonlit paths without fear, of brave adventures yet to unfold. She saw the forest stretching forever in all directions, timeless guardians standing silent century after century. Their eternal roots would ensure this sanctuary, and all who wandered within it remained safe from harm. With that comforting thought, Oakley slipped away into the realm of dreams. Through slumber, the woodland symphony played on, holding her safely as dawn's light would find them all resting in the glade, rested and ready to wander anew when day called them forth once more. The magic of the whispering woods would watch over them always. As the stars twinkle above, it's time for dreamy tales to bid you good night. May the soothing echoes of our stories linger in your dreams, offering you a serene escape. Until we meet again under the moonlit sky, sleep tight and sweet dreams.